And so unfortunately, I do not have access. I actually never had access to the race control voice chat that entire time. So one of our drivers, you just heard right, you may have heard right there, one of our drivers actually giving the command. But anyways, it's done. That's all that matters. So we have one full lap of pacing here to get through the starting grid. So let's go ahead and do that. That's the button to go with. Yes, so here we are with the starting grid for the 2023 Detroit Grand Prix. And why on earth are we going green? Never mind. We are going green. The flag is waving and away we go. That is not what we were all expecting, and it certainly sounded like a lot of drivers through...
No.
Sounds like a lot of drivers certainly weren't expecting that. But we're racing, Jordy.
We very much are racing, and very, I'd say, kind of eventful start with everyone kind of getting caught out. Certainly, again, was not anyone's intent, as I thought there might have been a little tap on the wall. There, couldn't quite see who it was, but yeah, no wasting time. Let's just launch right into it, as old Chucky looks like he's trying to.
And I think that the benefit of these YouTube live streams is that you can go back and actually check the starting grid through the ticker that we had on earlier. I think you should be able to, at least for the top 10. But yes, it was Charlie Sears starting on the pole. And I believe it was Andy Hurdle in second. So again, those two keeping their positions as per usual. Charlie Sears leading the way by about 2 seconds as we reach lap 2 of 35 in the Detroit Grand Prix. A little bit of close proximity between second and fourth, between Hurdle, Magram, McCauley, and Dylan Baum. And then Baum,
but also an early retirement.
Yes, that too, is Jason Butler in trouble. He's in his pit box. I think Jose Mercado also has gotten caught up in something, or he's just down pit road for some reason. But trouble for the number 10 of Jason Butler early on in this one. Not at all what we like to see, not what he certainly wanted to see right there. So we're going to go ahead and quickly take a look at what just happened. Oh boy.
Yeah, let's get a closer look. Here looks like, just coming down that secondary straight. Just misses the entry point. And collects a couple guys around him for good measure.
Not at all the start that Jason Butler wanted right there, as he will remain in his pit box. Meanwhile, Charlie Steers still on lap 2, increasing his lead to over 2.5 seconds. But then would you look at it, between second and fourth, these guys are going at it almost as if like it's a super speedway pack race.
2 and 5. Woo! This is very enjoyable here. And
man!
I think Mangrum may have had a little tap, and Butler's not just staying in the pit lane. He's just confirmed to us that he is out of the first retirement as Bomb goes into the wall.
Oh, man.
I think that might have been the same spot.
And then for good measure, oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely not nursing that one back into pit lane, so that's presumably our series leader out as well.
And for the third race in a row, I believe it'd be the third race in a row, that is yet something else for the number 3 of Dylan Baum, as the 17 nearly had a moment himself, locking up the front brakes. But again, Indianapolis, final lap, final turn crash. And then in Milwaukee, he did crash early, still managed to finish the race, but in 11th. And now Dylan Baum going to be in his pit box with that left front tire and the front wing. There's Jose Mercado just coming out of his pit box right there after receiving a little bit of damage, I believe, in the early Jason Butler incident. But wow.
Yeah, it just seemed like, things were going semi-good before, but everything that we're seeing is just kind of self-inflicted right now. Honestly, it's not unlike what we saw at Long Beach at times earlier this year. And Detroit, it has to be said, this Belle Isle circuit, again, it does change from asphalt to concrete surfaces here in the game as well, so could prove to be a little more slippery and a little more dicey in places, as McCauley gets another touch on the wall coming out of that turn, out of turn 6.
So a lot of early trouble here. Jason Butler crashing out. Dylan Baum also. Oh, CD Magram!
And, man, that is number 2 in the series for points. He's facing in the wrong direction with some shrapnel there off to the side.
And I think it was the 17 that also might have been collecting that a little bit there. We're going to have to look back at that one. But, wow, that's the top 2 in points crashing out.
Yeah,
there's the 17
in
pit row.
In the pit lane.
What in the world?
Yeah, just early carnage here, honestly.
So we'll now have to take a look at what on earth happened with Magram. Yeah, just locked out the brakes. Then, 17 right into the right rear. Andy Hurdle lucky enough to slow down much better right there as McCauley in his pit box at the moment. Charlie Sears leading the way by nearly 10 seconds over Andy Hurdle. 8 cars, 8 of, I guess technically now 12 remaining in this race left on the lead lap. Daniel Cudmore will be the final car on the lead lap. Number 2, Alpha Flow. Winston Racing Group Ford, also sponsored by Archie Design, Cudmore Design, and Darcy Allen PR. Jose Mercado still in this race, though, 2 laps down. Marco Letta at 1 lap down. He's in his pit box now. Dylan Baum and Jason Butler. Dylan Baum looks to join Jason Butler as the second DNF of the race. Michael Dimitrov in his box as well at 4 laps down. I think Ouellette might have had some early trouble there in the background during the start. I don't know what happened with Dimitrov. There's another car coming down the pit lane. I can't tell who that is, though.
I was going to say, was that
Mercado
again?
That's Mercado coming down the pit lane again on lap 6 of 35. Meanwhile, again, as long as Charlie Sears is patient and can get through this whole race, as long as that's the case, then this will be his race. But if it's not, then Andy Hurdle and Ty Higginbottom are only separated by, I think that's about 2 seconds if I can tell. Kyle Noll also making his way down the pit lane. Jose Mercado back out on the track. Daniel Cudmore moves up into the 7th position. Oh, whoa. Hunter Young goes around. Can't tell.
Someone was coming up fast.
Can't exactly tell where that is. It looks like, yeah, his car is certainly broken with whatever on earth just happened there. Another car having trouble.
Yeah, let's get another look at this here. Yeah, it looks like he's just coming through. Yeah, that's turns 1 and 2 there, so he's just... Oh, wow.
Oh, man. That was Daniel Cudmore.
Yeah, he was just amping up to get onto that long straight that connects turns 2 and 3. But, yeah, just cut it a little too tight through 2, it looks like. And, yeah, that kind of sent him careening into the wall.
So that's Corbin McCauley, Hunter Young, Jose Mercado, C.D. Magram, Dylan Baum, and Jason Butler. That's almost half the field that's been involved in some form of an incident. Only a couple of those names that I mentioned actually did, receive a ton of damage, like into the wall hard. A couple other guys was just a little bit of contact, maybe scraping the wall or kind of tapping another car that would have went around, but... At this point, yeah, it's pretty much a race of survival on your own. It's as if everyone's trying to do, it's like with Formula 1 and in Q3 where you're trying to get the fastest lap as possible on the soft tires, the soft compound, but you're just going really hard at it.
Yeah, and I wonder, again, with the multiple tire compounds being required for a street circuit, I wonder if the harder option might have been kind of the better option, at least to start. The softs have the grip. I don't know if we're still in kind of dyslexic mode with the tire charts there or not, but again, we've seen multiple kind of self-inflicted wounds here over the course of this first quarter or first third of the race. So I have to wonder if things are just a little bit more slippery than the guys anticipated.
So yes, that is a friendly reminder that we should give to everyone. You do see the tire compound part of the graphic right there. Medium tire, if you see the yellow medium compound, that is correct. But because of an apparent iRacing visual glitch that we've had to deal with for weeks on end, this whole season, quite frankly, of the Dart Series Season 2, the soft compound, if you see, like Andy Hurdle, for example, it says he's on the softs, but the visual glitch, with this glitch, it actually means he's on the hards. So everyone you see on the soft compound is actually on the hard compound. So if it shows anyone with the hard compound, they're actually on the soft compound. So you kind of have to flip them around, but with the mediums, you're just fine. Mediums, it's accurate. It is absolutely accurate. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yikes.
Oh, okay, we got a sneak peek right there. Oh, this is not going to be a good look. Last week's winner, Milwaukee Mile 125. Oh, man!
Yeah, that's just, I think, where you're amping up to get toward the start-finish line. I think that's pit lane that he's passing. And just, yeah, just, I don't know if he just cut a curb there or what happened. Well, I mean, we know the end product, obviously. Yeah, just kind of missed the entry point almost. Oof.
I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah, that is that has to be one of the heavier hits we've seen in any of our series to this point, and that counts the cars that have gone airborne.
Yeah, again, the flashbacks to that Texas finish, huh?
Well, I mean, at least the race was over when that happened.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
This is just... Yeah, you kind of called it a survival test at this point. I'd say you're probably not far off on that, to be quite honest. And yeah, it was actually, I misspoke before, it was out of turn 11, it looked like.
Yeah, you heard it right there. That's why we were silent for so long.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I suspected. It's just kind of missed the breaking points, and yeah, I mean, not much left to be said after that.
We are only 11 of 35 laps in, and there's 4 cars on the lead lap.
And being told 5 overall running.
And then there's 3 out. There's the 4 lead lap cars. There's a car 1 lap down, 3 laps down. Macaulay's going to be way more than that later on, though. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, my. Okay, I had expectations for this race, but yet I still underestimated it.
Yeah, I think, like, the first lap or so was encouraging, then everything just kind of went to hell after that.
And I'm just waiting for Charlie Sears to graze the wall at some point.
Don't say that.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying I'm not anticipating. I'm not saying I want it. But I'm about that.
But I was going to say, we have a way of speaking these things into existence. That's the problem. Although, did somebody just try and make their way back out on track?
I think that was Mark Ouellette.
Hey, I mean, seeing the carnage around him, get to the checkered flag, get yourself some decent points. Why not?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. The number 80 Koopas Racing Little Res Q Animal Shelter and Sanctuary Chevrolet. That was definitely a mouthful right there, but if I go and take a look at his statistics for him as a rookie here within the Canadian Motorsports Network and the Dart Series, it certainly hasn't been the most favorable rookie season for him so far, but I mean, hey, he's still... Actually, never mind, he's disconnected every single... Oh, man.
Well, I think
Please finish this one.
in the Koopa's racing spirit.
Oh no!
You might need one of those star power boxes for the next 20 laps.
Mark, for the sake of reptiles, take every corner slow. Please.
It is a bit of a slippery, slidey, snaky circuit, so the reptile comparison makes sense.
And then he's got Andy Hurdle behind him. Oh boy.
Hey, just, get him on a straight, get it clean, or do that.
That was definitely the safest route. Good on him.
Yep.
I'm seeing here in the chat, we got a good old Steven Ellison here. I know him. I've known him for a couple months here. He does coverage of hockey and racing, so appreciate you popping on. I certainly wasn't expecting to see your name come through, but we appreciate everyone that does tune into these live productions, these broadcasts for the Canadian Motorsports Network, and of course the Dart Series here for Season 2, the first ever one on iRacing, first ever Dart one, not NASCAR one, obviously. But then we just go back to good old regular things, and this guy again, I am praying that he does not graze a wall again.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like there isn't a lot of room to work out there now with, half the field plus having some sort of an issue.
So again, only 4 cars left on the lead lap. Daniel Cudmore at 1 lap down. Carbon McCauley continuing to drop down. Jose Mercado's going to take advantage here. Hunter, let's just toggle the pit stop times. Mark Roulette on pit road. Hunter Young and C.D. Mangrum trying to set records, which is absolutely tragic to say.
Yeah, but not entirely surprising either. Again, if they can figure out a way to get back on track, get themselves a few more laps in, grab themselves a position or two, grab a point or two, away you go.
Might as well maybe give some time here to the 4th place driver in Mike Marini, the number 12 True North Racing Audi, for his statistics so far. If I can go ahead and grab them here very quickly. He hasn't had a race yet where he's finished outside the top 10. He hasn't DNF'd once. Finishes as 7th, 7th, 10th, 5th, 10th, and 7th. And again, to this guy, what I can know for sure on the NASCAR side, he's won at a he's every single one of his wins in the NASCAR series is either 3 or 4 career wins. You would know that for sure, Jordy. It's all of them have come on the road courses. So
in NASCAR, it's 2 wins specifically in terms of actual in-race competition, both at Canadian Tire. Although he did grab an all-star race at the Indy Roval in Season 2 as well.
See, I jumped the number a little bit right there. Apologies for that. But yes, on the road course side, certainly he has shown success on his open wheel road course resume, however you want to put it here within the Canadian Motorsports Network. But yes, I mean, quite frankly too, he hasn't qualified any worse than 9th so far either. So it's been a pretty good season for his standards. And in the standings right now, he is currently, the thing is though, he's only in the 10th position, but again, it's probably a matter of bonus points, too, because, again, guys like Dylan Baum, C. Mangrum, Andy Hurdle, Darcy Ford, Corbin McCauley, and Charlie Sears have all taken perfect advantage of some of those extra points. Marini's been consistent, but only 1 top 5, and again, though, against that much of a more competitive crop of drivers ahead of him in points and in most results here so far this season, like, he's up there, but he's not quite up there.
Yeah, I mean, he's done the most important thing, though, which is stay out of trouble as he's about to head into pit lane.
And that's exactly what he needs to keep doing. And everyone else, too.
I mean, how many times have we said it? It's finish first. First, you got to finish. Sounds like a broken record at this point, but look at how many people are so many laps down already. Tell me that point isn't important.
So now it's only the podium drivers remaining on the lead lap here thus far. Charlie Sears just doing what he did at Long Beach and absolutely destroying everyone, also praying to the racing gods that nothing happens to him. He is 35 or almost 35 seconds ahead of Andy Hurdle, almost 40 ahead of Ty Higginbottom. Higginbottom now making his way down pit road. We're still waiting on Sears and Hurdle to also do the same as the green flag pit window continues here. Just let me do the quick math here. Yes, we're pretty much halfway through the 2023 Detroit Grand Prix here at Belle Isle, the first annual one within the Canadian Motorsports Network, first ever one that we've ever done. That's literally what that means. So yeah, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's, I think, only 8 cars actually remaining on the track here on lap 18. Higginbottom now a lap down. Again, Sears and Hurdle still have yet to come down pit road. I wonder if Hurdle will maybe. We'll see if that happens.
Well, again, he started on the hard tire. I don't know what everyone else was on.
That could be an interesting
reference
strategy.
Point-wise. Might be able to stay out a little bit longer, but we'll see what he does. He's coming up to pit lane here shortly.
Not this
lap. And he stays out.
So not this lap. So again, almost 36 seconds. Sears over Hurdle. Higginbottom made his way up pit road just fine. Number 97 United States Air Force Toyota. Marini there in fourth, still on that down. Daniel Cudmore now 2 laps down, looking for a top 5 finish. If we might as well shout him out here a little bit. Give me a second to actually pull him up here, because he did not show up to Milwaukee. I had the Milwaukee results right there. I probably should have the points, though, if I want to get everyone's statistics. But Daniel Cudmore, it's been a strange campaign for him so far. He's only qualified in the top. He's only qualified in the top 10 twice out of 5 starts that he's made so far. But he's finished in the top 10 every single one, and he's actually there's only one race where he finished worse than 7th, and he just made his way into pit road right there. And he actually, yes, he did miss Milwaukee, but from his most recent start, which was the Indy 250, which again was a race that he finished runner-up in both in the first and second annual Indy 250s, coming off a top 5 in the Indy 250 this season. So just trying to continue that momentum the best he can. Currently in the points standings, he is 9th, about 4 points ahead of Mike Marini, and I think that's 8 behind Jose Mercado in 8th. So not too shabby for him.
Again, he's a guy that, how many times have we talked about this with the number 2 as well, that he's a guy who stays out of trouble. He's a guy who tends to be pretty conservative out on the track, just kind of finds himself in opportune situations toward the very end. Not necessarily the guy you're thinking about at the top of the board, but he's a guy who will be there. He'll make his contributions, he'll get his points, and he will find a way to be a factor as the season progresses, whether it's toward the top of the pack or the middle. He's a guy that's, as I say, while conservative on track, don't mistake that for not being competitive.
Absolutely, as we got a couple fans here a couple Charlie Sears fans here in the chat here on lap 20 out of 35, and Steven saying he's spotting Charlie. If that's actually the case, then that's a cool fun fact.
He's getting to guide him for a bit of a joyride here.
Yeah, pretty much. And if it is the case, then probably telling him, for the love of God, don't take any corner like a space shuttle.
Yeah, just keep her between the walls, and yeah, it's pretty much game, set, and match from that point.
So Sears leading the way by over 40 and a half seconds, or now it's 41, almost 41 and a half. Andy Hurdle still in the second position. If we look at laps since last pit for some of these guys, Sears and Hurdle still have yet to come down. Meanwhile, Higginbottom and Marini already have. And then everyone else kind of just Okay, so I'm getting word right there that apparently a certain driver's engine exploded while in his pit box. Why don't we go to the pit stop times? Why is the 17 not even showing up?
Maybe the exploding engine took him out of that
or
equation.
That actually, yeah, I had a bit of a brain fart right there, so
well,
you still got Hunter Young and CD Mangrum.
You do, and I didn't realize that Dan Cudmore had come up on something either. He's coming up on a 3-minute stop now. The others are, well, Mangrum's in the 20-minute range now. Trying to get some kind of repairs done.
I don't know. He's just been in there. Looks like no incident happened. I don't know. Was he like taking a break or something? Something child-related, or... I don't know.
We did see him get spun around pretty early, pretty hard contact with a wall. If you look back at him on pit lane, he was missing that front right.
And of all things to try and remember, that's the one thing I can't for some reason. What is wrong with me?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a thing to talk out on air, but just kind of focus on what's happening in front of you. As now Charlie Sears is in front of Jose Mercado once again, putting him yet another lap down. As Sears finally ducks into pit lane.
There we go. So Andy Hurdle, wonder if he might try. Oh, wow. He almost took the corner very badly right there. Lucky that his brakes.
5 into 6.
Lucky that his brakes worked that time. So Sears makes his way down the pit lane, and all he can really hope here is that he doesn't get a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the only thing that would stop him, really, and look at how quick that stop was.
6.17 seconds. Yeah, he's pretty much on his way to... I would argue he's pretty much on his way to victory, although saying that might have literally just jinxed him right there. But anyways, we will just hope for the best.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it didn't do a whole lot for Andy Hurdle in terms of taking that gap down. Like, yeah, he was stationary for that time, but obviously pole sitter right at the end of pit lane, pretty quick getaway. Basically forgot the pace car was there, as always. But, yeah, I mean, Sears, that is clear track pretty much all 4 sides of him.
Daniel Cudmore still in his pit box. Jose Mercado is taking advantage, and would you look at that, the number 9. I said earlier he still hasn't been able to grasp a top 5 finish yet this season. Could this finally be his night to finally get that? Again, it's been zero. It's in the top 10s. He's gotten 1 in every single race, but can he finally add a 1 to that top 5 category?
I mean, it feels like it's just a matter of keeping it on the track for him to make that happen. It feels kind of academic otherwise, but we've seen a lot of strange things go down tonight.
And I think we might have a couple DNF updates right here. It looks like Kyle Knoll and Mark Ouellette are now out of the race. So they join Macaulay, Dylan Baum, Michael Dimitrov, and Jason Butler as DNFers. And with all that being said, only 8 of 14 cars remain in this one. Did something just happen to the 77? Yup.
Yeah, that's second time around for him. And yeah, shout out to Mike Marini, able to get out of the way there. As yeah, you see him he was kind of sideways there. Anyway, it didn't look like he was super straight per se. A little bit of a skew going.
So Charlie's, jeez, throat issue still going here. I'm trying to do the best I can with my voice, but 11 laps to go in the 2023 Detroit Grand Prix at Belle Isle. Charlie Sears leading the way by almost 24 seconds. I mean, Andy Hurdle still has yet to come down pit road. Although I wonder if there might be an argument. Although I wonder if there might be an argument that he might not. Well, actually, he kind of has to anyways.
For the tire change.
We'll pretend that never happened. Anyways, Ty Higginbottom making his way past Hunter Young. About almost, Sears is, you look down this straightaway, yep. Higginbottom just entering through that corner right there, and then here comes Charlie Sears to try and put the number 97 a lap down. It's almost an exact repeat of Long Beach here if it does end up going that route, because remember, Long Beach, Sears lapped the whole field except for Andy Hurdle. Sears is just a couple seconds away here from lapping Higginbottom, and we're going to be in a similar Long Beach situation, which we have trouble again for Hunter Young for like the third or fourth or fifth time or whatever time it may be in this race, and he's still driving a little sideways there. But again, remember, it's like Andy Hurdle still has to come down pit road and make that, he still has to make that tire change. So it's going to be another close one, but almost every attempt that we've had here where a driver has been close to lapping the whole field, they've always fallen that one position short. 10 laps to go in this one, though. When Hurdle does come to pit road, who knows? We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, Hurdle's been lucky to avoid any kind of damage so far. Obviously, that's helped him get a bit of a longer run out of these tires than maybe anyone else would have expected. Although, was that Higginbottom that he just passed?
Yes, Higginbottom just let him pass.
And because it was happening around pit road, I wasn't sure if maybe they'd somehow caught up to Hurdle in that time. But now the chase is on here.
And the thing is, too, with Hurdle not yet coming down pit road, Sears is about half a lap away. So, again, 30 seconds separating them. Hurdle comes down whenever Hurdle does come down pit road,
I think it was about, if I recall from Sears' pit stop, it was about 10 or 11 seconds of time on the road that was lost. So Hurdle would effectively give that time back to the 32. And that just makes things that little bit, tighter is absolutely the wrong word. But, I don't know, compelling in this case? Something to watch at the very least.
Yes, something to certainly watch. As Daniel Cudmore, we were witnessing him for many laps there, stuck in his pit box, but finally he's come back out in the 6th position. Jose Mercado still hanging firm in 5th, looking for that long overdue first top 5 finish of the season. He's going to have to get around Hunter Young here through this very tight corner right there. That is turn...
That's 8.
That's 8. Okay, thank you very much for that.
Yeah, that was 9, 10. This is 11 that he's coming through. Again, just kind of rapid fire that particular section.
So 8 laps to go for the number 32. I'll be more specific here. The number 32, 499 Racing Chevrolet. Still waiting on Andy Hurdle to finally make that tire change. Ty Higginbottom still holding firm in the 3rd position. Mike Marini in 4th. I would say this is more than likely going to be the finishing order that we're seeing right here, unless an absolute catastrophe happens. So,
and I mean, we've been there a couple times. So don't rule anything out yet. Obviously, not over till it's over, right?
And again, I'm looking at the statistics of Charlie Sears so far this season. I mean, it's been very complicated with him. He's gotten 3 poles within 6 starts so far. Fell short of the pole in Milwaukee as well. That could have been 4 and 6. But anyways, pole at Barber, he crashed out. Long Beach, he won the pole and he dominated the whole thing. He almost led the whole thing. Texas, he started 7th, but he crashed out in that lap 1. I guess you could even argue not even a lap 1 incident. It was right at the first green flag. Yeah. And then Canadian Tire, he got the pole, and then he fought hard with Dylan Baum the whole race, and then a mistake about halfway through the final lap cost him. Still managed to finish second. At the Indy 250, qualified 9th, but made his way up and had the speed and the pace to challenge for the win. But unfortunately, an incident on the final lap coming off turn 2. He still finished 9th, but not ideal for him. Started second at Milwaukee, and then an early crash, of course, with Dylan Baum. So again, he's disconnected. Out of these six races so far, he's disconnected in half of them. And he's won one of them, finished second in the other, and then there was that thing that happened in Indianapolis. So again, right now, like based on his overall pace so far this season, if you don't include any of the bad luck, he probably would very well have maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 wins this season, but he only has 1. So he'll be looking to add to that here with 6 laps to go in the first annual Detroit Grand Prix. Again, still, anything could still happen. And oh my.
No, that's pit lane though.
Yes, yes, but could this be it?
Well, let's just see. Where's Sears on track? That looks like
no, that's going to be
7. That
maybe.
No. Oh, it is.
Oh my.
He's right there.
And if we look at the tire compound thing, Hurdle is on the softs, Sears is on the hard.
I don't think he's going to challenge it. Nope, there he goes.
Nope, that's it.
It's happened.
It's not over yet, though.
No, but I mean, this is the first time we've actually seen that particular occurrence happen still.
Yes, this is absolutely the first time in Canadian Motorsports Network history and Dart Series history where we have seen the leader lap the whole field. We almost had that back in NASCAR Season 2 from Ty Higginbottom at Martinsville. That failed. We had Long Beach earlier this season in Dart. Charlie Sears falling 1 position short. There was... it got out of my mind. What was that other one this season?
Well, just last week you were thinking Milwaukee might have been a possibility.
I was unsure of it, but yes, Corbin McCauley falling 1 position short against C.D. Magram. But now this time around, I was thinking, yeah, that would have been the 3rd time's the charm situation. But actually, I think 3rd time's the charm still technically counts within the Dart Series because that Ty Higginbottom Martinsville thing was NASCAR. So technically speaking, I originally thought the 3rd time's the charm thing wouldn't count, but within the Dart Series, so far it's looking like that. But I'm still finding it hard to really come to terms with that because there's still 4 laps to go, and we're all hoping and praying. I know especially some of the people in the chat are, that this guy right here makes it to the checkered flag in a clean piece.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the biggest question from here to the end, obviously. Because otherwise, again, there's absolutely no doubt as to who would take the checkered. It's just a matter of, keeping it clean from here on.
So Daniel Cudmore letting Sears get by is now we're going to be at 3 laps to go. Andy Hurdle still hanging on to that 2nd position. Ty Higginbottom in 3rd. Mike Marini still 4th. Jose Mercado still 5th. Daniel Cudmore 6th. Hunter Young 7th. And I guess we can now officially say half the field out. Half the field still on track. Amazing how Hunter Young is still going, though.
Again, just a matter of you were saying?
No, Hunter, keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, he's stuck around.
Keep going.
Just, look a little dicey there for a minute.
You have 3 laps to go. You can finish this.
Yep, just keeping it clean from here on should be literally everybody's objective that's still on track at this point.
now coming through that final turn just past the pit lane entry. We're going to be at 2 laps to go for the number 32 of Charlie Sears. Again, looking for his second career victory in the Dart Series. Been well overdue for another one after, again, winning the pole and dominating back at Long Beach. Again, almost lapping the whole field. Fell just short by 1 position, but this time around it looks like he will be able to achieve the record. Again, we still have to get through another lap and about a half or so here before we can officially say it, but it's looking as though the number 32 is very well on his way.
I mean, I think we were probably able to call that since, lap 3 or 4, but again, he's just basically been able to, navigate the chaos, like I said off the beginning. He's the guy that's, again, was just here a couple weeks ago in his other series, as he'll sneak by Mercado here once again. But, Sears, there really isn't a whole lot more to be said about tonight's performance. He's the guy who's fast. He's a guy that's, is under control, and he's a guy who's just seen the white flag, I believe. There's definitely a flag waving.
That is absolutely correct. 1 lap to go in the first annual Detroit Grand Prix 2023 edition here at Belle Isle in Michigan. The number 32 of Charlie Sears. He's led every single lap up to this point. And again, that is quite the accomplishment if he's able to make it to the line safe and sound here in one clean piece, where he wins the pole, he leads every single lap, and he laps the whole field. This is the kind of talent that we've wanted, or that we have been expecting of him, and we've been wanting to see out of this guy all season long. He's had a lot of bad luck, but it looks as though he's finally going to be able to punch Lady Luck in the face. No, we do not promote violence here. We do not.
Wow.
We're not promoting violence here, we swear. But knowing how this race has gone, I think we're fair enough to say that to the checker flag. Finally, back to victory lane. The number 32 of Charlie Sears takes the checker flag. He is the first ever Detroit Grand Prix winner in the Canadian Motorsports Network and the Dart Series here on iRacing. It's been a long time coming since that dominant win at Long Beach back on October 10th.
Yeah, pretty much a month in between victories, but, I mean, class of the field doesn't even do Charlie Sears justice here.
Yeah.
Again, the proof is literally on the leaderboard right now. Are we going to end under caution?
No, that's automatic after the checkered.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was missing something or what was happening. But, I mean, goes without saying, Sears hit the target here tonight.
Absolutely he did. We can get to the unofficial results, even though we technically already were talking about them anyways. Charlie Sears getting the win, laps the whole field, because why not? Andy Hurdle, Ty Higginbottom rounding out the podium. Mike Marini and Jose Mercado round out the top 5. Daniel Cudmore 6th. Hunter Young 7th. Kyle Nolan 8th. Mark Ouellette 9th. Corbin McCauley rounding out the top 10. And then C.D. Mangrum 11th. Dylan Baum 12th. Michael Dimitrov 13th. Jason Butler rounding out the field in 14th. Very quick to go through again, knowing only 14 drivers participating in tonight's race. Notable names like Jonathan Swainson, Patrick Hernandez, missing 2 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. And again, too, only 7 cars finishing the race. We only had 5 cars finish, no more than 10 laps down. So,
it was a bit of a rough night.
Yeah, give me a second here. With all that being said,
I feel like we need a meme here. This would be the time for it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that you obviously had the GIF, or is it GIF or GIF?
I mean, I've used both, but I mean, Sure, we can bring the octopus back.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe I would say for every race you should have the one where it's at the start, and then have a meme one just in case.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, why-